Yo, 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 Pickpocket Podcast, Long Live Sway. We in this bitch, man. We just got UFC 313 memorabilia. We got a plaque. We split it up amongst eight of us. But let me just show it to you guys right now. Dun, 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 dun. So basically, gonna have Sway name right there, and then I think the picture just remains per an Ankalaev. But it would have been raw. Like if you're spending $600 on something, they should at least let you add a picture. To be fair. Good morning. But UFC Vegas 103. Okay, fight card. Some of these fighters, I don't know what they did to Dana White to be on so damn early in the early prelims. Like Charles Johnson is the main event fighter on a pay-per-view. But first fight, Montana De La Rosa versus Luana Carolina. I think Luana Carolina smokes Montana De La Rosa. Although Montana De La Rosa does have good grappling. Let me screen share. She's got really good grappling actually. Um, but Luana Carol, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, man, they just did me dirty right there. Y'all know I got the cheap Zoom. Now y'all know I got the cheap Zoom. Fuck y'all talking about. Montana De La Rosa, 13-9-1, 26th ranked flyweight. Taking on Luana Carolina, 11-4. Montana De La Rosa, man, we're gonna do this shit together. Plus 3.5 is minus 240. So it's it's minus 135 money line for Carolina and plus 115 for De La Rosa. 5'7", she's pretty tall for, 68-inch reach, and she got one win by knockout, 8 wins by submission, 4 wins by decisions, 6 losses by decision, 2 losses by submission, 1 loss by knockout. She is 6-5-1 in the UFC, 0-1 in the LFA, and I mean that's crazy. Her and Jillian Robertson fought karate combat. I didn't know that. Andrea Lee, that fucking who I think it is. Andrea Lee, isn't she fighting too? Yeah, she lost to her. No, she had to beat her. Oh yeah, she won a split decision against her. Sheesh. Tatiana Suarez is acceptable. Macy Barber is acceptable. Bueno Silva kind of sucks, like we found out. Lipsky's a good win. I don't know how she got that. Man. So she's 30 years old. She's been in the UFC since the Ultimate Fighter season 26. And she's beating Rachel Ostovich. You know Ostovich, she what I'm saying. I can't say too much. Vivian Araujo is not a bad loss, but she lost to Andrea Lee, and then she beat her in a split decision. That worries me. I think Luana Carolina is a little more polished striking. Um, I mean, damn, I was about to say her birthday, July 20th. She definitely gonna win. That's my birthday. 5'7", 69-inch reach. Very similar with the reach. 3 wins by TKO, 1 win by submission, 7 wins by decision. You see, she doesn't lose a lot of decisions, but damn, she lost to Molly McCann. Not a good look. Ivana Petrovic is 6-0 when she beat her. Fraud check that girl. 11-7 Julia Storyalenko. I mean, whatever. What this get? Punches from crucifix is nasty. Lucy Podliova. Um, the level of opposition here kind of worries me. It's a women's MMA fight, but it seems like that between the two of these, so she's knocked 3 motherfuckers out, knocked out once, submitted one, got submitted once. So that's Six of her 15 fights that did not go to distance, right? And then let's look back at Montana De La Rosa. One, two knockouts. One went her way, one didn't go her way. And then 10, 10 submissions as a whole, 8 wins by submission and 2 losses. So 12 of her 20 fights have not gone the distance. I do think these girls are competitive. The over 2.5 is -500. I was just throwing out that these girls do have finishing abilities. That under 2.5 at +340 might not be a bad, bet. I honestly think um, just a little sprinkle, probably a quarter of a unit bet, but I think this fight does not go to distance. First fun fight to start out the main card. No +275. Man, fight to be won by split or majority decision. If you think it's gonna go to decision, I could definitely see that happening. Montana De La Rosa though, I think she's gonna. I don't know, man. Like this tough fucking fight. Damn it. Tough fight to break down. I'm I'm on the +3.5 Montana De La Rosa. She's fought the better UFC competition, but it does feel like Luana Carolina is. Luana Carolina has no impressive wins. If you're betting on her, like I don't know. I think the degenerate bet that could hit is like the odds are a little off. That +270 to not fight to not go to distance. I could definitely see one of these girls snatching up a submission, especially Montana De La Rosa, if um if Carolina shoots for a takedown. Let's go to UFC Vegas 103. Why the fuck doesn't the UFC website just pop up automatically? Like, what are we doing, dog? UFC.com. They should have like the whole like I don't know if they just do it for pay-per-views and I ain't trying to read no fucking article, bro. Events, upcoming. All right, we got all right. So we're gonna go. This is the Cop Ankalaev Almabayev card. I said I almost said Ankalaev. Man, no way. Cop represents Portugal, bro. I thought that was a fucking African flag this whole time. That just blew my mind out of the water. All right, but like I was saying, Montana De La Rosa. Let's just look. Like I said, significant strikes 4.81, 50% accuracy 3.54, 3.39. Montana does get like Luana is the more polished striker, but grappling 1.85 takedowns per 15 minutes, 33% takedown accuracy. That means she's gonna shoot at least around 7 takedowns a fight. 68% takedown defense. It looks like this girl has good takedown defense too. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. 62% of the wins by sub for Montana De La Rosa worries me, and the fact that she has a loss by sub is worrying to me. So, average fight time 12, 11 to 13, 19. I mean, bet it if you want to. If you don't, I don't give a fuck either. +3.5, Montana De La Rosa. Safest bet. If you want a little degen bet, I say fucking put the house on, or don't put the house on it, but put a little sprinkle on fight to not go to distance, or fight to end in submission. I don't think either girl is gonna knock her out. Or man, this is gonna have good odds too, because this is really how this fight can go. Montana De La Rosa by submission or Luana Carolina by TKO +380. I like that. All right, y'all. Moving on, next one. I didn't even want to start with that fight. To be honest, I didn't even give a fuck about that fight. What we got? Oh man, I already know what's next, and it's disrespectful that it's the second fucking fight of the card. I need. All right. Charles Johnson versus Ramazan Timarov. Timarov just coming off his UFC debut. 5'4", Timarov is. Charles Johnson's 5'9". 70-inch reach for Charles Johnson, 63-inch reach. Both these girls had a bigger reach than Timarov. Johnson is a favorite on DraftKings minus 130. He is 34, 20, he's 6 years older than Temerov, but let's just look at the level of competition. Temerov is good, but I just don't think I think he's UFC good too. I think he's top 10 UFC good, but I think Charles Johnson just happens to be top 8 UFC flyweight good. Um, 11 wins by TKO, 1 win by submission, 1 loss by submission, 6 wins by decision, 1 loss by decision. Knocked the shit out of fucking CJ Vergara. Beat a 12-5 guy, beat a 5-2 guy, beat a 10-3 guy, beat a 16-9 guy, beat a 15-8 guy. These aren't terrible, like compared to beat a 0-0 guy. That's when you start getting into that 2021. I think Charles Johnson schools this young buck, man. I think he's gonna keep the range at a distance. He's just gonna. I mean, is there any win outside of CJ Vergara that's a good win? Did CJ Vergara go on to win any of his? So he lost, and now he's got to fight with Edgar Chavez, but he's 3-4 in the UFC now. Charles Johnson, on the other hand, don't play with my boy Charles. So Timurov is what, 28 years old? He's 6 years younger. 4 straight wins. Azat Maxim, Jake Hadley, Joshua Van, who was a big favorite in that fight against Johnson, Sumaraji, he had some bad losses, but I think he found out what's working for him. He played the range game. He took an O from a guy, beat a 10-2 guy. Right after that, takes one of the biggest prospects in the flyweight division out with an uppercut round 3. He was who was 10-1 at the time, and then got a Sumaraji fight. And now I think it's time for him to kill another prospect. Close fight. If you can get plus 3.5 odds on our Charles Johnson, that'd be love. But I'm gonna go Charles Johnson outright money line minus 130 right now. Guys, the next fight I'm blowing over. Andrea Lee is on a fucking Andrea KGB Lee is on a fucking 5 fight losing streak. I don't know how she has a job in the UFC still. JJ Aldridge does fucking suck dick and balls, however, so um Andrea Lee, you got a girl who's 13-10 versus a girl who's 13-7. And honestly, JJ Aldridge, the only way she's gonna win this fight if she gets the takedowns and if she just lays there or gets some type of ground and pound. Andrea Lee, 36 years, 32 years. I mean, 5 straight losses. This girl ain't no better. She's 2-3 in her last 5. She's fighting out of Denver. 81% of the people are on our girl Aldridge. You know what? I'm gonna say plus 3.5 Andrea Lee. I think there's a reason she took this fight. Minus 190 odds. Put that with Montana De La Rosa plus 3.5. Um, yeah, official pick's gonna be plus 3.5. Andrea Lee. That fight I do think goes the distance for shit sure. Uh, but my most confident pick, let me just say this, is Charles Johnson's card. We skull it gang. Skull it gang. All right. So moving on, man, we got Danny Silva versus Lucas Almeida. Man, I I'm on Danny Silva here. 86% of y'all are too. So let's enter this prediction. Um, so let's say, man, we're gonna go with Montana De La Rosa. We think she's gonna get a sub round 2. Fuck it. Charles Johnson wins a close decision against Tamarov. Andrew Lee, close decision against Aldridge. And now here we are. Danny Silva. 51st ranked featherweight worldwide versus the 62nd. 34 years old to 28 years old, 70-inch reach, 71-inch reach, 5'11. Both guys 5'11. Um, I got Danny Silva by knockout in the second round. Um, open up the number, tap out. Like, I haven't seen too much of Danny Silva fight, but I know I've been impressed by him at least one time in my life, and I know I haven't been impressed by Lucas Almeida multiple times in my life. 9-1, guys. 28 years old. Foundation is boxing. 5 wins by knockout, 4 wins by decision, and 1 loss by decision. The 1 loss came in LFA against the guy Kenan Kowali. Um, Split decision against Kulabau isn't great. Hasn't really fought any opposition. The opposition he did face, which are TKOs, 0-0, 3-6, 2-0, 0-2, 2-3, for 4-0. Then he lost to a 6-2 guy, a majority decision. Beats a 4-1 guy, beats a 7-1 guy. But you could see the slight level of rise in competition. Now, Lucas Almeida lost to Andre Feely, lost to Pat Sabatini. Pat Sabatini's a fucking dog. Daniel Zellhuber's a dog, but all these other guys are fucking no names. Be careful with this fight. I guess tread lightly. This is very much a fight where whoever lands the cleaner strike first, I think, is gonna, maybe catch that knockout, but there's probably a stay away from me. If I had to pick, I'd say fight to not go the distance in this one. What's the odds on that? Over 2.5 is -120. Under 2.5 -110. Fight to go the distance. No, -185. That's my best bet right there. Oh, I got Tapology up 2 times. Um, Man, I got John Castaneda money line. I just think Silva de Andrade is on the way out. The fight I want to break down the fucking most. We got Chepe Machine Gun Mariscal from Triton College, from the 606, from Chicago. He representing Chicago. Do I need to say more? I don't care if he's a -500 fucking favorite. We're putting 550 on his ass. We're only putting 410 on his ass. He's only a -410 favorite. All right, but yeah, Ricardo Ramos is kind of a dangerous opponent. Um, since this is a fight I care about, let's just see. Chepe is known for his kickboxing too, which makes him fucking dangerous. But both guys 17-6, both won their last fight. 69-inch reach for Chepe, 72-inch reach for um Ramos. Ramos is, nah, I mean, he wins a lot by sub. He wins a lot of his fights by submission. He's a dog. I ain't gonna lie. But his striking is not good. 36% striking accuracy, 3.03 landed per minute compared to Chepe's 4.75. And then significant strike accuracy for Chepe's 57%. Come on. I know we can't just look at the numbers, but 3.85, he's absorbing 0.82 more strikes per minute, while Chepe is taking 1.5 less strike per minute. And the defense might be there 55%, but Chepe's got 50% defense too. And then look at this, 3.09, 39%. That means he's going for 10 takedowns. People might keep getting up, but he's like Marab. He's going to keep going. He's going to keep going for him. I think Chepe, I don't think he dominates. It'd be hard to say that, but I think that -410 is a safe play. Parlay it with something that'll get you to like -120, -150 odds, so you could play it. Like I like Chepe Mariscal. I like Danny Silva. And I like that plus 3.5 for Andrea Lee, plus 176 odds right there for those three if you want to parlay that. But just like my picks, just picking. I post them anyway tomorrow and shit, or the day of the fight. So for those of y'all who don't get this far, I got Chepe representing, representing fucking Chicago, representing my side of Chicago, Triton College. I love the guy. Sway loved the guy. Put me on to him. So we're riding Chepe all the way. Although I am worried. Ricardo Ramos has nasty jiu-jitsu. Austin Lane, Mario Pinto. Man, I feel like Austin Lane is gonna or just wrestle fucker boy here. What are the odds here? Plus 410 for Austin Lane is crazy. Uh, I haven't watched enough tape on Mario Pinto, but I could tell you no debut in the UFC should ever be minus 550 odds. Um, I think, I mean, if his hands are really that clean, like he's minus 150 to win by KO, TKO. I think you go. I think Austin Lane has to be smart, and I think he has to shoot for a couple takedowns. And we'll just say fight to start round two is our best bet, minus 180. How you guys like that? Minus 180, fight to start round two with Mario Pinto and Austin Lane. I think Austin Lane can win this fight as a big underdog if he gets to fucking grappling. Like he only averages 2.0 takedowns a minute, but that's because heavyweights don't fucking get back up. And 3 out of 10 ain't terrible. I mean, it's not great either, but whatever. Um, in the contender series, 93% strike accuracy, 8.16 strike standard per minute. He got hit before a minute too. Um, Austin Lane's just not a striker. He's gonna go out there and he's gonna try to get those takedowns and hopefully he gets them because I don't think any UFC debut should ever be minus 550 on a sports book. That shit is criminal. Um, here's a tough fight, y'all. Danny Barlow versus Sam Patterson. Shit, man. I mean, Danny Barlow's kind of overhyped. I I'm probably gonna stay away here. I'm probably just gonna stay away here. Um, but the pick's gonna be fucking. I think Patterson wins the decision. I honestly, Patterson wins the decision or Barlow knocks him out. Like alternate method of victory, double chance. Danny Barlow to win by KO or Sam Patterson to win by decision is minus 200. So they really see this fight playing out one way or the other way. Grappling, let's look at 100% takedown defense so far, but 100% takedown accuracy so far, and he's averaging 1.94 a minute. Um, yeah, that's a tough fight. I'm gonna say no call on that one. Just fucking sit back and enjoy that motherfucker. Man, here we go. William Gomez, the fucking loser who lost to Joe Anderson Brito, even though they say he won. He's just so inactive. I'm gonna go with the underdog and Hyder Emil here. William Gomez does have good takedown defense, but Hyder Emil, I'm just not impressed. He's a Frenchie. Hyder Emil plus 3.5 or money line, whichever one you want to take, whichever one you think is more safe. Let me upgrade. Chepe, I think he wins a real good decision. Man, I'm gonna just say nah, fuck it. We're gonna go with Lane decision. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with my gut. Patterson submission round two. I think Hyder Emil gets takedowns here, guys. Now, um, Esteban Ribovic versus Nasrat Haqparast. I am all over Esteban Ribovic here. Just beat Daniel Zellhuber. Um, a German versus an Argentine. Both got to win their last fight. One was a split decision. One wasn't. I'm all over Ribovic. 7.53 landed per minute, 48% strike accuracy, gets hit by 4.95 a minute, 57% strike accuracy. Nasrat Haqparast is one to make a fight close though. So um I love Rubovich here. I think he's a safe pick this week, and just the level of competition, like is enough to stop me in my tracks when I'm talking about this. The level of competition is crazy for Rubovich. Like Terrence McKinney and Zell Huber back to back, and then you're gonna get Nasrat. Yeah, you should get that win, man. Nasrat has found some good competition himself. Jared Gordon, Jamie Malarkey. It was a split against Jared Gordon, but he lost to King Green and Dan Hooker. Those are two good losses to have. It should be a close fight, but I think Esteban Mirovic is on another level. All right, just to round out the fucking fight card, I'm taking Cody Brundage. I think he's a dog. Um, I just think he's a dog, man. He wins 50% of his fights by TKO, 30 by submission, 20 by decision. Average fight time is 5:54. He gets knocked out or knocks somebody out or submits somebody. 54% significant strikes, but gets hit a lot more than he lands. But then that grappling comes in, and I know Marquez goes for a lot of submissions, but I think Cody Brundage is gonna lay and pray. Like he's gonna get through some good ground and pound. So we're gonna go Cody Brundage that fight. And last but not least, I got fucking Manel Cop. Fuck this Kazakhstanian little pussy ass bitch. 68-inch reach to 65 is all I need to see. 5'4" is all I need to see. Manel Cop, get it done for your boys. All right, y'all. I'm gonna take y'all back. Take y'all up on my picks. All right. Charles Johnson, lock him in. My favorite bet of the card. Montana De La Rosa, good underdog, plus 3.5 if you want to be safe. Andrea KGB Lee, plus 3.5. Danny Silva and the Lucas Almeida fight. I like John Castaneda, minus 325, might be a little too far gone. I love Chepe Mariscal this week, minus 410. I think Austin Lane's worth a little sprinkle at plus 410. Maybe we do a minus 410 plus 410 lay. Degen shit. Danny Barlow is minus 310, but I do think Sam Patterson can get that decision with his wrestling plus 250 underdog. We'll go with that plus 3.5 plus 165. I do think Barlow, if you can hedge it with like a TKO, because that's the only way he's gonna win. It's a good bet too. I'm gonna take Hyder Emil and the plus 3.5 and the money line. I do think Gomez sucks. He is just not active enough. And Hyder Emil gets a takedown. He should be, getting to work. Esteban Ribovic in the featured fight, money line minus 258. Then we're gonna go Cody Brundage and the co-main at plus 100. Then Manel Cop minus 218 odds. Yo, long live Sway. Miss my boy every day. I mean, what can I say? We got a plaque. Like, share, subscribe, tune in. Love y'all, man. Peace.